Yes, the great believer. I believe that was Mike McBath singing that, wasn't there?
That was a song I requested. I like that song. That's another one I think we could define our president, because I was thinking the other day, I mean, you look at this guy and then you go read the Newsweek article of May 4th, which was Newsweek's final publication, and it was written by liberals who were big advocates of Proc.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll throw you into shock. The questions they have that they didn't answer, that they still haven't been answered. I don't think there's a better song than that.
Yeah, well,
the Manchurian Candidate.
It fits Hillary pretty good too. She's
great about it. I mean, this is great. I love it.
Quite the pretender herself. By the way, that word that Jimmy Carter used was malaise.
Reagan used it too.
Yeah, well, he was used it in reference to the situation.
Malaise, yes.
Exactly, the Carter malaise. Well, we got now, we have the Carter malaise, now we got the Obama funk.
Oh, yeah, I've heard lawyers use that in the area of sandwiches. A lot of malaise. Oh, mayonnaise. That's
oh, boy.
That sounds like one of those corny jokes. You hear about the horse who walked in the bar and asked about the long face? See you later.
Try to veal. We're here all week.
All right. Hey, did you guys hear the score over the weekend? Chicago 12, Baltimore 9.
Bang, bang.
12 people murdered in Chicago over the weekend, 9 in Baltimore. Black on black crime for the most part.
Well, I'm certainly glad it wasn't a cop on black crime. That'd be something to raise hackles about.
And a police officer, not to mention that, in New Mexico, I believe, was assassinated. Yes. Another one of those. And Barack Obama's just, dilly-dallying away the rest of his administration.
I mean, the public's going to just, remember back with the mafia and everything, you just reach a point, you're so fed up that you're going to end up tightening things instead of loosening things. Right now, things are being loosened, but what was it, 33 murders now in Baltimore for the month?
For the month.
That's a month. Great job.
133. 100 and something, I believe, for the year so far.
And then you saw, like, what was it?
112, I think.
Back, they had 2,500 murders in New York, and then when
Blasio,
not him, but when the good guy came in, they reduced it to
Giuliani.
It was ridiculous, from 2,500 down to like 300, because he added one thing: discipline, respect, and this idea that if people can run wild and blame everybody else, and this idea of trying to strip these police of the pride and what we all appreciate them for, society would be total anarchy without police.
Well, just
like it is. I was going to say, it kind of goes back to Chris's story about Madison. I mean, showed you right there. It's the toughness.
But you know what?
You show force.
Yeah.
Baltimore 9, Chicago. I thought it was baseball, but
yeah.
Isn't it sad?
It is.
It's so sad when you read this, and this is allowed to continue on. It is perpetuated by the inner cities themselves, and the liberals who created all the wonderful programs.
Yeah.
So this would never happen.
Yeah. Speaking of New York, the murder rate in New York is up 60% since Mayor Bill, going to give you de Blasio, became the mayor.
Don't you love liberal policies?
Yeah, and in Ferguson, they just gave an award to one of the I forget what it was. They gave like a plaque or something to one of the witnesses or one of the protesters that caused all the problem in Ferguson and the misunderstanding about that. But then it came out that some of those Ferguson protesters weren't in it just for the cause, were they, Mike?
Oh, did that make you sick reading that today? They were talking about a number of the protesters. I love this. They were paid $5,000 a month, and it came from a group, the Missourian Organization for Second. That's Acorn. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. Isn't that the group George Soros is involved with?
Yeah.
I mean,
Barack Obama taught for.
What was really the irony of it all, they were paid this. Well, actually, let me take that back. They were promised this. This is great.
They didn't actually get the money.
What? Their big protests and everything. They never got paid. Welcome to the left, buddy.
That's how this came out. I guess they're pressing a lawsuit.
They're protesting because they didn't get paid for the protest.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm for this protest. What are they going to burn down now? The 7-Eleven?
This reminds me of Al Shakedown Sharpton. Shakedown Sharpton is being sued by various organizations because he shook them down. Well, like the Martin family and people in I believe it was also in Ferguson.
Well, it's nice to see how you bring your children up to. I can see his daughter, the 5.
Boy, that fruit don't fall far from the tree.
Isn't that disgusting? The $5 million lawsuit against the city of New York.
Which would, by the way,
she fell down. Probably she was eating a sandwich and not even watching where she's going, but she fell down.
Wearing platform.
And what was it? Fox filmed her a couple of weeks later, and they show her climbing a mountain. Yeah. And then they show her doing another athletic thing. Yeah. And the irony is, but here's what concerns me: she gets into the New York City court.
She'll go for it far.
Right. And you know what? And that is, it sounds funny, but this is how it goes. It's redistribution of wealth. She takes that money. That's taxpayer money. This is not going to be a funny story if she gets one dime. What should happen is the attorney should be disbarred and she should have a real problem.
You're absolutely right about that. This kind of make you feel scummy out there, folks? I mean, like you need to go take a shower or something like that. Mike has come up with a great idea. We're going to call it the Scummy Awards.
Yeah, I think we've reached the point. I mean,
Scummies,
there's probably no more disgusting word than scumbag. Right. But you know what? I'm afraid a number of our politicians have finally reached that level. And I think that, obviously we want tips from our listeners and everything who they would like to nominate. And this is a little early because the awards should come out at the beginning of the year for your full year's work.
Right.
And I would think that, with the emails and the dump here on Friday, that obviously Hillary's out in front running right now. You know what I mean? I don't think there's even a debate.
She's the top dog for the top Scummy Award.
I know, and then Bernie with his suggestion today of a 90% tax
Bernie
bracket.
Sanders, yeah, he's
he
in
could
the race.
be running on the male side, but you know what? He's the old story. I mean, he's just a joke. So I don't, he's not vicious. Hillary's out there. I mean, what they did with the foundation and stuff.
It's ridiculous.
You really do deserve the Scummy.
They do, indeed.
They have ethical boobs like Harry Reid.
Oh. Quality guy.
Yeah, but we'll have to have some different categories. We need a political category.
Right.
All right. We need a Hollywood category, an actors category. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
possibly a news person.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely a news person.
A news person.
George Stephanopoulos could be at the top of the Scummies.
Yeah, he's probably already shooing.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
Right now, he's running neck and neck with Brian Williams.
Yeah, I mean, they're both a little boring. And I know somebody will accelerate out as we get toward the debates. Right. Somebody's going to really pop out from the media.
Yeah,
so
no doubt.
We'll be able to fit one of them in the Scummies.
All right. Don't pop out from us, folks. In just a few minutes, the Rays pregame show is getting ready to start on AM 660, The Answer Radio airwaves. But we'll still be here. We'll be live on AM660theanswer.com. Or you can go to your app store and download the free AM660 The Answer app into your smart device, and you can listen to us on your smart device as well. But we'll be here until 7 o'clock. We'll be live, and of course we'll still take your phone calls as well. And now tomorrow, the Rays game starts at 1:10. Now, it should be wrapped up. Everything should be wrapped up well before we start the show at 5, which means we'll have a full 2-hour show tomorrow, unless they have extra innings, or for some reason the game goes way long. It would have to go really way long to really interrupt our show tomorrow. But if the game is going on, we will come on air as soon as the game is over. I anticipate it will be over, but you never can tell with baseball. It's never over, until the last man is out type thing. But and I anticipate tomorrow we'll have the full 2 hours on air, and then Thursday, and Mike, that's your regular day, the Rays are off. So we'll have the full 2 hours on air. But now next week we'll have a day or two where we'll have the full 2 hours. As we get further toward July, there'll be several weeks that we'll have the whole week that we'll have the full 2-hour show. And of course, we're anticipating having the full 2 hours every day when the Rays season is over.
Well, we got the big party coming up.
On the 22nd, please come out and
Big
join
party.
us. Live remote broadcast, Cafe Positano. And, of course, it's going to start at 5 o'clock. The Shriners are going to be there with motorcycles, cars, camels, airplanes, and clowns.
And if you're an American Adversary Army member, you get coupons.
Yeah, well, you'll have coupons to use, and who knows, we'll have T-shirts for our Army members as well.
And we'll be accepting donations to the Clinton Foundation.
Only we're not going to give them to the Clinton Foundation. We're going to keep them. We'll be right back.